This week on the Mouse Minutes podcast, Whitney and Jordan check into Disney's Riviera Resort, Walt Disney World's newest resort hotel, to share our thoughts, experiences, and final grades after multiple stays at this European-inspired property. Listen in as we break down the food, the vibes, the value, and whether Disney's Riviera Resort makes our grade or misses the mark. All in 10 minutes or less, or your podcast is free. Your 10 minutes starts now. Hello and welcome to Mouse Minutes, where we rate Disney experiences on a classical grading scale in 10 minutes or less, or your podcast is free. I'm your co-host, Jordan.
And I'm your other co-host, Whitney.
And Whitney, we are in for it today. We are grading, as we said in the intro, the Riviera Resort at Disney in Walt Disney World. This is Disney's newest resort, and you're going to give us a little bit of background, but we do all this to help you decide if it's a hit or if it's a skip for your next trip. All right, Whitney, can you give us a little bit of background on Disney's Riviera Resort?
Yes. Okay, so Disney's Riviera, you said it's the newest resort.
Yeah,
That's
I think
true.
it is, right?
It's true. So, but it was opened December 16th, 2019, which does feel like a bit ago.
Yeah, I guess it does.
So it's been 6 years. It's a DVC resort on the Skyliner. Now, you mentioned that it is a European-inspired resort. Yes, it is inspired by Walt and Lillian Disney's European travels. A couple things to note about this resort. It has two huge mosaics as you're walking to the Skyliner of Peter Pan and then a Tangled mosaic, which is super cool.
And a mosaic is just a piece of art.
With lots of tiles.
It's a tiled piece of art. No, I mean, not just. I don't want to, take away from the artists.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's art.
It's really cool, though.
Yeah.
And it's a very, very photogenic area.
It's massive.
It's massive.
Yeah.
They actually created exclusive art for the resort, for this resort.
Oh, how cool is that?
Disney art. Yeah.
Fantastic.
You can actually buy some of it in the gift shop.
Wait, you can buy the mosaic? Is that what you're saying?
No. Other artwork that you'll find scattered throughout, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's two restaurants there's actually three restaurants, but so Topolino's Terrace, which has character dining breakfast.
Okay.
They have non-character dining dinner. They have Bar Riva, which I've heard is the lavender lemon drop is fantastic.
Okay.
And then Primo Piatto.
Yeah.
Apparently, the cast member favorite is French fries dipped in lemon vinaigrette.
Wow.
Okay, and then one more thing. They have Tower Studios, which are their smallest rooms, and they sleep two guests.
I was going to say, I'd never heard about this restaurant, but we're talking about
Oh, sorry. Yes, now we're talking about rooms.
Okay.
Those were the, yeah.
Okay.
This is the rooms. The smallest room on Disney World property is the Tower Studio.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's up with that?
So I feel like those are all things that you need to know.
Yes.
Let's dive into it.
Let's do it.
Jordan.
I'm going first?
Why don't you kick us off?
My goodness. Okay. I'm going to do this. It all hangs on me. And I just got to say from right here at the beginning, we say 10 minutes or less, or your podcast is free. This is going to be a free episode.
Yeah,
so,
I know. We've got a lot to say.
But we're going to try to get through it real efficiently, fast.
Jordan.
Yes, this is for you.
What do you grade the Riviera Resort in Walt Disney World?
Whitney, thank you so much for asking me that question.
You're welcome for asking.
And I got to give a little caveat, as I do on all of our resorts episodes.
Mm-hmm.
I break down my grades for resorts based in 5, actually now it's 6 different categories. We talk about grounds, food and beverage, the pool, or I guess activities, transportation, the rooms or accommodations, and the location. I added location to this one.
Oh, goodness.
Okay, so here we go.
Get into it.
All together, I grade Disney's Riviera Resort at Walt Disney World the grade of an A.
An A.
An A.
An A. Not super surprised, Jordan.
Why?
Because we love this resort.
We do love this resort. And because you know me.
It's fancy.
You love me, and you see me, and you know. Okay, we're not going to.
Again?
Oh, yeah.
Again?
With the old Greg.
Again,
All right, so let me just jump into it. An A. I think it deserves it. I'm going to start with the grounds as far as my first category. I think that the grounds, as you just mentioned, it's really enjoyable. They have a couple of those mosaics that really are not just photogenic, but they're really cool to look
pretty,
at.
Yeah.
They have great detail. All those tiny little tiles that make one gigantic, beautiful piece of art. I wanted to say painting because it does look like a painting, but it's beautiful. And then around the grounds or around the property, you have beautiful photographs of Walt Disney.
Yeah.
Traveling, like the person traveling with his family on vacations all around the world. It looks like specifically around Europe, the French Riviera.
It kind of feels like you're like in his home looking at all of his photographs from like when he was on vacation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. But, and then of course the design itself in the lobby and around the grounds does feel a little bit European, definitely feels modern, especially compared to some of the other resorts, especially even compared to some of the other resorts that are around it. And then our kids love playing with the activities. So you've got the bocce ball court right there. Yeah. I say our kids. I love playing with our kids. We love playing together.
Yeah, we are kids.
It can get really hot in the summer on that bocce ball court. And then, of course, you have the big chess set. Like all the resorts have those, whether it's a deluxe or deluxe villas like this or...
they're extra special here.
Yeah. They're shiny. They're actually covered in gold. They're gold. So they're really heavy, hard to lift. But you have also right next to it, when it's hot, you have Primo Piatto that's right there for refreshments or a meal that you can enjoy. And then they also have a good kids club for kids and families to play games, to make art, because it is a DVC property, which is Disney Vacation Club, which is also like their timeshare, Disney's timeshare. So a lot of people are DVC members who are staying there. So a lot of times they're going to stay there a little bit longer and they want to have games to play, not just go to the parks, right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of the grounds. Food and beverage, I'm going to jump into. You just mentioned a couple of the names, but Bar Riva, I really like that restaurant.
That's like the poolside bar.
That's right. I don't know if it's just a poolside bar, but it's an open bar and it's right next to the pool. So it can feel like, as far as if you're kind of comparing poolside bars on other resorts, it's a really enjoyable, delightful poolside bar.
It is.
Or at least in close proximity to the pool. And then you have Le Petit Café or the Petit Café.
It's really small.
It's very small. Yeah, you can just fit like your thumbs in there and order a small little coffee. No, but it is a fun little spot in the lobby to get treats in the morning, like a croissant or some baked goods or a coffee.
Or work from there.
Right, or a specialty coffee, or even at nighttime or throughout the day, get like a treat, macaroons, or just some
treats about 3 times.
Well, they're very important. We need to make sure that you know where you can find treats there.
Treats are here.
Or a nightcap, so an adult treat at nighttime. You can grab that at nighttime. And then it is a nice little lounge. And then outside by the pool, you also have a gelato cart, which is very unique and fun. You can get some ice cream, but not just ice cream, but fancy ice cream by the pool.
Gelato.
And of course, you got Topolino's Terrace.
Good old Topolino.
For us, Topolino's Terrace is truly a favorite character dining on all of Disney Resort property. So at nighttime, I think we've mentioned this in other previous episodes, but at nighttime, it is no longer character dining, but it is a good romantic date night spot. I would say it's not terrific for littles. If you have littles, we accidentally took they were both, I think, what do you call that? Like when they're really small? Toddlers, that's the word. I'm a dad, believe it or not. But a toddler, we took a couple of really young kids, our kids, and thinking it was a character dining, and it was not, and it was very expensive.
Don't make that mistake.
And folks. I felt so out of place and bad for the people around us. We
made those kids eat their macaroni and cheese so fast. We got out of there.
Eat that bolognese so fast. We need to get out of here. Mickey is not here. Let's go find Mickey. But anyway, it is actually a really romantic spot, and you can see the fireworks from there at night. So Topolino's Terrace, I think, is one of my favorite restaurants anywhere on Disney property. Bonus. When we're talking about food and beverage, you're also right next to the Caribbean Beach Resort. And so you can take advantage of their flavorful fare over there at Caribbean Beach and walk right over to take advantage of their restaurants. So,
and also, if you're in Caribbean Beach, you can walk over there to Riviera.
Oh, yes.
And eat in Riviera.
I was thinking.
Keep that in mind. Or if you want to hop on the Skyliner and come over and try some food or beverage from Riviera, you can do that as well. So keep that in mind. It's a very accessible resort.
That's right. It is. So I'm going to move on to the next thing, the pool and activities. This resort has one of the best splash pads on the premises, as Whitney likes to call it, but on Disney World property.
On the Disneyland.
It's a great location for, again, families, young kids who like to play.
You said Disneyland.
Did I say Disneyland? Did I say Disneyland?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Freudian slip.
Well,
Disney
it's
World property, yeah.
But I've always enjoyed the pool. I will say they have a great water slide as well. It's enjoyable. It's also open and zero entry. And though it's not a massive pool area, I feel like we've never really had a difficult time jockeying for good seats.
And they've got those big, comfy seats.
Yeah.
What are they called? They're like domes. You guys probably know
it's like half dome, half couch, half pool lounger. Fun. And it's very fun. They have a few of those spread out. And so I feel like it's just a good, relaxed pool area. And they have the activities like they have at other pool areas. So, and plus, they also have an adult-only pool right next or near that. And though most resorts have adult areas, or quiet pools as they call them, this one seems to really enforce the adults.
It is
right?
Quiet. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a really nice thing, especially again, if it's just, a couple, you don't have littles. And then we're going to talk about transportation. This is right on the Skyliner, as you mentioned, and this is a terrific spot for the Skyliner.
Yeah.
You're kind of right in the middle of all the action. You're not very close to Disney's Animal Kingdom or really even Magic Kingdom, but you can take a bus to either of those or a minivan. But you also have Hollywood Studios that you can just jump on the Skyliner. Of course, you do have to transfer, but it's not a long wait unless it's early in the morning, so that might be a drawback. But then you also can just jump straight over to Epcot, and you're kind of in the World Showcase side.
Yeah, it's like 5 minutes.
And then you also have the rooms and accommodations. So I think that the rooms are nice. Like you mentioned, it has one of the smallest rooms on property. We have primarily stayed in one of the one-bedroom suites.
Yeah.
Right. And multiple times when we've stayed there. And it is clean. It's casual.
It's fancy.
It is. I said casual, but it is. I mean, as far as being fancy, it's Disney fancy. So,
it feels new and clean and crisp. I'll tell you that.
Good theming. It's bright and open. And I love the shower. It's a good shower. They've got a good shower head, good pressure in there. It's great.
I mean, you got to take a shower every day at Disney because you're usually sweating a bit.
Sweating a little bit. And then, like I said, the location that I wanted to highlight here as well is the proximity to the Skyliner is just it for Riviera.
The Skyliner game changer.
Because not only do you have Caribbean Beach, like we said, you can walk over there. You could even ride the Skyliner over there, but you can also, one of the drawbacks, I'm going to get into the drawbacks here. Lots of positives. It's an A for a reason. But one of the drawbacks is that it doesn't have an arcade. And Caribbean Beach doesn't have an arcade, if I'm not mistaken. And we always, as a family, typically will have at least one arcade night when we're staying at Disney World. And so you can take a Skyliner over to Pop Century or Art of Animation and take advantage of their great arcades. Or you can ride over to the Boardwalk.
Yeah.
You go to Beach Club and Yacht Club or the Boardwalk. And then you're there at the Boardwalk, so you can enjoy that. You can go dancing at the Atlantic Dance Hall.
Or not.
Go to Beaches and Cream. But that is one of the drawbacks, I think, is a positive for it. The drawback is it doesn't have an arcade, but you can get to one close. Wow. That's not much of a drawback, I guess. It is pricey, as you mentioned, and the rooms aren't massive, but just take advantage of getting a suite because everyone can do that all the time. Right?
Yeah.
That's what I got to say. I know I said a lot, but that's a lot of different sections. And we always want to make sure that people understand, is this a good fit for not only our family, but for your family or whatever your family looks like? How many or the people in your party, you and your friends. So that's my grade. Okay. Whitney, we're going to jump over to you. I probably said everything there is to say about it.
Nope.
Okay, great. Whitney, what do you grade Disney's Riviera Resort in Walt Disney World?
I graded the Riviera Resort an A-.
An A-?
I know. Okay. Jordan knows this is like top 3 favorite resorts. on Disney property for me.
Yeah. So why an A-?
I'm so glad you asked.
So interesting.
So for my experience overall, I think it's like A plus, right? Because we've stayed in 1-bedroom suites, right?
Yes. Okay.
So we've got that experience.
Just over here. Sorry.
Yeah, jeez.
Oh my goodness. Sorry.
Moving around here. Okay. Ayo. So
bad YouTube and bad radio.
Yeah, this is great. Okay, let me start with the positives.
Yeah.
Because we like to keep it positive.
We do.
Here. Okay, I think it's small and intimate, which I think is a pro. I think it's something that is definitely a positive.
The resort itself.
Yeah. It is small, it's intimate, it doesn't have a ton of people there. You don't feel like you're walking all over people. I love that. You walk into this resort, the smells and the sound of this resort like takes you on vacation, right?
Yeah, like it's different Vegas vacation.
It's different than any other resort. Because it's got like the French music playing and the smell. Like, what is it? Like, why can we not bottle that up and can I take it home and make my house smell like that?
You probably can.
You probably can. If you can, tell me where I can get it. The Skyliner location, yes, I think the Skyliner is a literal game changer for the resorts that are on the Skyliner. It makes it so accessible to get to 2 of the 4 parks, Hollywood Studios and Epcot. Epcot is the easy one. You hop on. Now, one more thing is that I like the proximity to Caribbean Beach because you can access some of Caribbean Beach's amenities, to be able to even enhance your experience because Riviera is smaller, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
do they frown upon that?
I don't know, but people do it all the time.
Yeah.
And why do they care? You're spending money on property, right?
Do you care, Disney?
Since I'm sure they're watching.
Bobby T. Yeah, just fast forward through that part. You don't have to listen.
Okay, so here's my thing is the pool, in my opinion, is a little small. It feels a little small.
Okay.
Now, we're not talking small like, let's see, Wilderness Lodge feels really small. I feel like Animal Kingdom Lodge feels very small.
Yeah.
This pool is small. Yeah, it feels smaller, but it's not like, you don't feel like you're in like a human soup.
Ew. That's delightfully disgusting.
I love it.
Human soup. Okay. Like people chowder.
You don't feel that way.
Yeah.
You don't feel that way.
Oh, you don't feel
that. You don't feel that way.
But you do feel like human soup at some of the other resorts?
Yes, that is true. And we can talk about that at another time.
Or not. We don't have to talk about that ever again.
Okay. The water slide. Okay. You know what? Let me tell you. The splash pad, you mentioned it, and it's actually not on my notes. Phenomenal splash pad. We're talking ages like 2 to maybe 7. Like, you can let them run around. They're going to have a good time. You can just sit back and lay in the sun. It's great. Yeah. Fantastic.
And for the seats that are around it, they have enough seats around it for parents to just kind of sit out and hang out.
It's a great splash
pad. That's a good area for sure.
Their water slide, I wish that they, number one, had 2. I wish they had 2 water slides because a lot of the deluxe resorts have 2. But also, I feel like the water slide could be more interesting. It's mostly just a wrap. Like, it goes in circles. Like, that's kind of all.
It's a circle water slide.
It's a circle water slide. Okay, so now let me get over to the rooms. I think the small footprint of that small room could be a huge disappointment to someone if they're used to, maybe larger rooms. They come in, they're spending the money of a deluxe resort, and then all of a sudden they're so disappointed because this room only has a Murphy bed, you guys. It's not like it has a regular bed. You have to pull down the Murphy bed for the tower suite that sleeps 2 people. Now, but here's the thing. If you're going as a couple and you're not planning on spending a lot of time in your room, it actually could be a really good option for you, right? Like it's the cheapest room on property. You get a fantastic resort. You don't have to buy.
Wait, you said it's the cheapest room on property?
On Riviera.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait, what?
No.
Oh.
So for those exceptions, it's just like, honeymoon thing or like, that would make sense. Or a single person is going by themselves and I wanted to go to Riviera. Like, you don't need 2 full beds.
Totally.
Okay. Next thing is, I feel like the Skyliner, I've always said this, I feel like the Skyliner should have a special route for people from Riviera going to Hollywood Studios.
Yes.
You have to get off at the depot like everyone else and go to Hollywood Studios. I feel like when you're paying for the price point of Riviera, you should be able to go directly to Hollywood Studios.
Now, you're specifically talking about when it's busy in the morning for rope drop or...
Anytime. I feel like as a Riviera guest, this might make me sound so uppity.
Totally.
That's fine. So...
Yeah.
When I am staying at Riviera, listen here, I do not want to get off and walk around. No, but I do feel like there should be a way where you don't have to actually get off and get back in line as a Riviera Deluxe guest.
Okay. Yes. Now,
right? I
feel like the engineering part of it wouldn't make sense for them to have a direct line.
No, not even a direct line. Just have it go straight through. You know what I'm saying? Because you're getting into a Hollywood Studios line or an Epcot line.
Yeah. So even just like the connection, like you have to get off of one Skyliner stop and get onto another. I'm with you there that it seems like if you're paying the extra amount for a deluxe resort, you shouldn't have to transfer. I mean, and especially for people who don't understand that, if you're going for rope drop or going in the morning and there are long lines, which they can be, you have to get off, like you're saying, and go into the back of the line. That does feel very unfair.
For a Riviera guest, I think so.
Yeah.
Now, Epcot, just to clarify, Epcot is a straight shot. You do not have to get off.
Yeah.
Hollywood Studios, you're going to have to get off, transfer, and then get back on another bucket, aka Skyliner.
Ew.
I know. And get to Hollywood Studios. Okay, let me move on. The other thing is that their food is fantastic. It's a little bit different, but my drawback for that is that the food all kind of tastes the same. Like it's all Italian.
Yeah.
And so the kids are like...
Yeah, tell them.
Yeah.
What's up with that?
Yeah. They're super excited about their cheese pizza. But then on day 5, they're like, do we really have to have cheese pizza again?
That's right. Or pasta again.
That's at least our kids. They're like, I'm like, cheese pizza? They're like, we just had it late for lunch. So that's my thing is like, I wish they had a little bit more variety. It's nice that it's different, but I wish they had more variety in their food. That's all I have to say. That's a lot. That's why I gave it an A- and not an A or A+, although I'm never sad or mad about staying at this resort.
If someone was trying to decide between this resort and other deluxe resorts or deluxe villas, what would you point them in this direction?
I always check Riviera. I say check Riviera, and it really depends on what they're trying to do. If Epcot and Hollywood Studios are a number one priority for them, then I check Riviera, and for me, it's it's the Beach Club Resort. Those are my two that I check. And typically Beach Club is going to be less expensive, but sometimes you can find these killer deals at Riviera.
Yeah, you can.
Like we did. So I think that it's always something you should check because it's an experience. You've got to try it.
Yeah.
But if Magic Kingdom is really important to you and you want ease of access to get there or ease of access to Animal Kingdom, this is probably not the resort for you.
Yeah.
So that's what I would have to say.
That's
Do you
great.
have anything that would make it better?
Yeah, good question. I do find myself thinking the same thing about the style of food.
Do you?
But at the same time, it's like, well, you're on the Skyliner, so just jump over to the boardwalk, jump over to one of the other resorts.
Totally.
We have taken our own advice and gone over to Caribbean Beach and had a delightful lunch before.
That's right, we did.
And so, and we've also taken advantage of the Skyliner and gone to Art of Animation and Pop Century. So I feel like its proximity and its location far and away is one of the best on Disney property, especially because it's in the middle. And even if you're jumping on a bus, it's not a long ride.
Yeah.
So, even to Disney Springs, you're not far. So all those things, I feel the location just far outweighs and adds the value to it. Like you said, I also love its footprint. I love how it is just not a very large resort. So it's nice to be able to get from one side to another and still take advantage of everything because they built up So I love this resort. It's one of our favorites. It's one of my favorites, and we will stay there again. And I would always say, yeah, absolutely, check Riviera.
Check Riviera.
It's worth a stay. It's worth checking out at least once.
Now, now for the family that is on a budget and needs to go for a week, probably not worth it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, good
if you're
point.
going for a couple days and you're like, we want to go high end and we want to spend a lot of time at the resort, this might be one for you.
I would say maybe 5 days would be max.
Oh, 5 days would be fantastic.
Yeah, that'd be wonderful.
Yeah. You could just smell that for 5 days. It's fantastic. All right.
Yeah. Well, Whitney, this is a fun episode. It is definitely free, so you're welcome. But Whitney, can you bring us home, baby?
We are over on Instagram at Mouse Minutes Podcast. Make sure you are subscribed on YouTube so you can get alerted when these episodes drop and you can see them in video format. We will see you all next week. Goodbye.
Goodbye. And happy Thanksgiving.